I see the burden you carry, my friend. Not the soft weight of mere inconvenience, but the crushing gravity of being fundamentally different in a world that demands uniformity. You've been called crazy, told you're too much or not enough, felt the sting of betrayal from those who should have protected you. And through it all, something within you, some inexplicable core of steel wrapped in starlight, has refused to break. This isn't luck. This is destiny recognizing its architects. Let me speak plainly, without the anesthetic of comfortable lies. You are carrying something that makes the principalities of darkness salivate with envy. Not metaphorically, not poetically, literally. There exists an economy beyond the veil of flesh, where the currency isn't paper or gold, but the essence of souls. Their gifts, their purity, their capacity to transform reality through sheer existence. And you, whether you've named it or not, possess a treasure so rare that its value cannot be calculated in human terms. We're speaking of trillions, but not dollars, not euros. Something far more substantial, units of cosmic influence, measures of reality-bending potential, denominations of world-changing power. The adversary, that ancient merchant of souls, that dealer in destiny, knows what you carry. He's known since before your first breath inflated your lungs. And he's been trying to purchase it from you every single day of your existence. Every shortcut that appeared when the right path grew thorny. Every reasonable compromise that would have shaved away just a sliver of your integrity. Every seductive voice whispering, just this once won't matter. These weren't coincidences. These were purchase offers. And you, often without conscious understanding, rejected them. One after another, after another. This has driven him to absolute fury. Between the 150th and 250th word of this revelation, I must tell you about a trilogy I've prepared. The 3 keys to a prosperous life, which you'll find pinned in the comments below. Not as salvation itself, but as a hammer with which to shatter the false tablets of slave morality that society has erected around your mind. It's a map out of the labyrinth. Though understand, the map is useless if your legs refuse the journey. The tools are nothing without the will to swing them. But for those with ears attuned to frequencies beyond the herd's bleating, it will serve as a practical transvaluation of the values that have kept you caged. The first key represents the reclamation of your sovereign self from the democracy of mediocrity. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's return to the diagnosis of your magnificent disease. The wound that wouldn't heal. You've noticed, haven't you, that your suffering has a different texture than others? When your colleagues complain about their problems, they speak of inconveniences, delayed promotions, minor betrayals, the weather at their vacation destination. But your wounds cut to the existential marrow. Your pain questions reality itself. Your struggles aren't about comfort. They're about whether meaning exists at all in a universe that seems architecturally designed to crush precisely the qualities you cannot surrender. This asymmetry isn't random, it's diagnostic. The herd suffers from infected toenails, you suffer from the weight of Atlas. And here's what the merchants of comfort will never tell you. This disparity exists because you're carrying something they're not. Your nervous system wasn't built for the flatlands of mediocrity. It was engineered for the thin, oxygen-starved air of mountain peaks where eagles build their nests and lesser creatures suffocate. The pain you feel isn't evidence of defect, it's evidence of altitude. Consider the physiology of it. When a body designed for sea level ascends to 20,000 feet, what happens? Headaches, nausea, breathlessness, confusion. The body rebels because the environment exceeds its design parameters. Now invert this. What happens when a body designed for extreme altitude is forced to dwell in the valley? The same symptoms, but from the opposite cause. Too much pressure, too much density. Air so thick with the exhalations of the mediocre that it clogs the lungs like tar. This is your condition. You're experiencing altitude sickness in reverse, a spiritual bends from being compressed into a reality too small for your soul's architecture. The world has tried to convince you that this is pathology. It's actually biology confirming your destiny. Let's perform genealogical surgery on this wound. Why you? Why were you selected for such intensive targeting? Because the gift you carry, incorruptibility in corrupt environments, is the single most threatening thing to a system built on universal compromise. Think about how ecosystems work. A forest fire spreads because trees are flammable, but introduce a single tree that won't burn, and suddenly the fire has a problem. It can rage around that tree, but it cannot consume it. And worse, that tree becomes a sanctuary for other life that would have perished. Its mere existence proves that immunity is possible. You are that tree. And the herdmasters, both human and otherwise, cannot tolerate proof that their inevitability is a lie. This is why your family attacked you. Not because you were bad, but because you were a mirror. Every time they looked at you, maintaining your essence, despite circumstances that broke them, they saw their own cowardice reflected. You didn't accuse them with words. Your existence was the accusation. The fact that you wouldn't compromise made their compromises impossible to ignore. So they had two choices: admit their own weakness or destroy the evidence. They chose the latter, not consciously perhaps. The weak rarely understand their own motivations, but the physiological fact remains. Your presence made their peace unbearable, so they waged war. This mechanism, what I call the resentment engine, is the foundational operating system of slave morality. Those who have surrendered their essence require everyone else to surrender theirs, because inequality of spirit is more unbearable than inequality of wealth. A poor man can convince himself the rich man's luxury doesn't matter, but a corrupted man cannot convince himself the pure man's integrity doesn't matter, because it's a daily demonstration of paths not taken, lines not crossed, souls not sold. Your mere existence is a standing rebuke to every compromise they've made, and rather than use that as inspiration to reclaim themselves, they've chosen to punish you for reminding them of their fall. The body keeps the score, as they say. Your nervous system remembers every attack, even the ones your conscious mind has forgiven or forgotten. The trauma isn't stored in memories. It's stored in the meat, in your fascia, your gut bacteria, your mitochondrial function. This is why you can't just think positively your way out of this. The wound is physiological. Your body learned through repeated demonstration that showing your true self invites violence. So it developed sophisticated defense mechanisms. Anxiety when you're about to be authentic, depression after you've shined too brightly, mysterious illnesses when opportunities for visibility arise. These aren't weaknesses. They're proof your body is trying to protect the treasure from looters. But here's the transfiguration. Pain is diagnostic. It tells you where the treasure is buried. The intensity of the attack reveals the value of what you're protecting. If you were carrying fool's gold, the adversary would ignore you. But you're carrying the philosophical stone itself, that which transforms lead into gold, that which converts suffering into meaning, that which alchemizes trauma into transcendence. This cannot be faked, cannot be taught, cannot be acquired through effort. It's a gift of essence, woven into the fabric of your soul before time began its terrible mathematics. The herd calls this overthinking. The herd calls this being too sensitive. The herd calls this mental illness. The herd is wrong. What they diagnose as pathology is actually your soul rejecting poison. When you eat spoiled food, your body vomits. When you're forced to digest the rotting ideology of slave morality, your spirit does the same. The nausea you feel in environments of compromise isn't weakness. It's your immune system functioning correctly. How many truths can you bear to hear right now? Because we're about to descend into the abyss of what has actually been done to you. Not to traumatize you further, but to name the unnameable. which is the first step in transmuting it from curse to crown. The economy of souls and the price on your head. Most humans live their entire lives without suspecting that reality has layers. They see the physical world and assume that's the full picture. Atoms bouncing around according to comprehensible laws, cause and effect, nothing supernatural or strange. This is precisely how the deception is maintained. The greatest trick isn't denying the spiritual realm exists, it's making people believe it doesn't matter even if it does. But you've felt it, haven't you? The presence of something watching, the sense that your life is being influenced by forces with intelligence and intention. The pattern of events too synchronized to be coincidence, too targeted to be random. You're not paranoid, you're perceptive. There is an economy operating in parallel to the physical one, and in this economy, you are an asset of immeasurable value. Let me explain the mechanics. In the spiritual economy, the fundamental unit of exchange is essence, the irreducible core of what makes a soul unique. Some souls are common, mass-produced, interchangeable. They incarnate, live predictable lives of small pleasures and smaller pains, and return to the source like coins dropped back into the cosmic piggy bank. These souls have value, but not remarkable value. They're the pennies of spiritual currency. Then there are souls like yours. Rare minting, unique composition, exceptional durability. These souls don't just incarnate. They incarnate with mission parameters that threaten the established order. They carry gifts that, if fully activated, will unravel entire systems of control. And the rarest gift of all, rarer than healing, rarer than prophecy, rarer than miracle working, is the gift of incorruptibility. Why is this so valuable? Because corruption is the gravity of the fallen world. It pulls everything downward. Give a person power and watch them abuse it. Give them anonymity and watch their shadow emerge. Give them security and watch them become complacent. Give them scarcity and watch them become vicious. This is normal. This is the standard degradation curve of human character. The system depends on it. Institutions, governments, religions, corporations, they're all built on the assumption that everyone will eventually compromise when the pressure reaches a certain PSI. But you don't. You are the anomaly in the actuarial tables. They've applied the pressure. God knows they've applied the pressure. Financial stress designed to make you cut ethical corners. Social isolation designed to make you compromise your standards for belonging. Relational betrayal designed to make you cynical and guarded. Physical exhaustion designed to make you too tired to resist. Every pressure point mapped, every weakness probed, every vulnerability exploited. And the math said you should have broken by now. The statistics said you should have sold out. The psychological models predicted your collapse. But you're still here, still fundamentally you, still carrying the essence intact. This is what's worth trillions. Not your potential accomplishments, though those will be significant, your existence itself, because every day you don't corrupt is a day the lie of inevitability is disproven. Every moment you maintain your essence in an environment designed to erode it is a demonstration of possibility that gives hope to others still fighting. You are living proof that the soul can be stronger than circumstance, and this proof is existentially threatening to every system built on the assumption of universal weakness. The adversary, let's be specific about who we're discussing, isn't a cartoon devil with horns and a pitchfork. He's the CEO of the largest acquisition firm in the multiverse. His business model is simple. Identify souls with high-value gifts, make offers calibrated to their specific vulnerabilities, and secure voluntary transfer of those gifts in exchange for temporary satisfactions. The voluntary part is crucial. He operates under cosmic law. He cannot steal, cannot force, cannot violate free will. All he can do is make the sale look good. And oh, how he's tried to sell you. The three offers: and why you keep refusing them. Let's examine the specific contracts that have been waved in your face year after year, lifetime after lifetime. Understanding the pattern is how you stop falling for new variations. Offer 1. The relief purchase. Picture this. You're drowning, not metaphorically, experientially drowning in circumstances beyond your control. Financial collapse, health crisis, relational devastation, the kind of pressure that makes sleep impossible, and every morning a negotiation with the void about whether continuing is worth it. This is not random timing. This is engineered desperation, because desperation creates decision-making conditions that bypass the rational mind. And then, precisely at the moment of maximum vulnerability, an opportunity appears. A job that pays exactly what you need, but requires you to enforce policies you find morally repugnant. A relationship that offers the intimacy you're starving for, but demands you hide aspects of yourself they'd find too intense. A financial windfall that solves everything but comes from a source you know is exploitative. The relief is real. The cost is hidden in fine print, written in disappearing ink. You've been here multiple times, and every time something whispered, "This isn't right." Not a loud voice, not a burning bush, just a subtle nausea in your gut, a tightness in your chest, an inexplicable hesitation despite the logical mind screaming, "Take it, you need this." And you hesitated. Or you took it and immediately felt the wrongness at a cellular level, like your body was rejecting a transplanted organ, and you backed out, often at significant cost. This hesitation wasn't weakness, it was your gift protecting itself, because what that offer was actually purchasing wasn't your time or your skills, it was a piece of your incorruptibility. Accept enough of these offers, and gradually, imperceptibly, you become someone who's learned that compromise is necessary, that purity is naive, that integrity is a luxury you can't afford. The first sale is never the last. It's the establishment of the precedent that you're for sale. The only question is price. You refused, maybe not perfectly. Maybe you took some of these deals and then vomited them back up when the taste became unbearable. But you never completed the transaction. You never signed your name in the blood register that would have made the sale permanent. And this stubborn, often unconscious refusal is why you're still a threat to the system. Offer 2. The belonging bargain. Humans are tribal creatures. The nervous system requires social connection, like the lungs require oxygen. Isolation isn't just painful, it's physiologically destabilizing. Your brain literally changes structure when deprived of genuine belonging. Your cortisol levels spike, your immune system weakens, your capacity for clear thought degrades. Loneliness is a biological emergency, and your body knows it. So when you're in the wilderness, surrounded by people but utterly alone, because no one sees the real you, no one speaks your language, no one vibrates at your frequency, your entire organism is screaming for relief. And then they appear, a group that seems to get it. People who use the right words, who seem to understand the things that matter to you, who offer the intoxicating drug of being seen. But there's an initiation fee, unspoken but absolute. You must dim your light so it doesn't blind. You must edit your truth so it doesn't disturb. You must shrink your spirit so their fragile egos don't shatter in comparison. They'll never state this explicitly. It'll be conveyed through micro-corrections, uncomfortable silences when you're too authentic, subject changes when you go too deep, jokes that dismiss your intensity as extra. And if you're sufficiently desperate for connection, you'll learn to perform a version of yourself that's acceptable while your real self withers in solitary confinement. The cost of this counterfeit belonging is the slow death of your essence. You become a person who's learned that love is conditional on self-betrayal, That acceptance requires amputation of the parts that make you unique. That community is only possible if you collaborate in your own erasure. This is soul murder by 1,000 cuts, each one so small you don't notice you're bleeding until you look down and realize you're standing in a pool of yourself. You've been offered this trade repeatedly. Social groups, romantic relationships, family acceptance, professional networks, all dangling the carrot of belonging while holding the knife of conformity. And somehow, you kept walking away. Even when the loneliness was crushing, even when the isolation felt like it might kill you. Something within refused to complete the purchase. You chose authentic solitude over inauthentic community, which is the choice of spiritual aristocrats. Not because they're antisocial, but because they understand that true connection requires truth, and truth requires the courage to be rejected. This is the gift operating. Your incorruptibility includes resistance to social corruption, the most common and deadly form. While others gradually disappear themselves to fit in, you've maintained the audacity of presence. This has cost you dearly in human terms, but it's preserved something priceless in spiritual terms. The unedited you, not the performed you, not the palatable you, not the approved you, the real you. And that authentic self is what will eventually attract your true tribe, the ones who don't require your diminishment as the price of admission. Offer 3. The recognition racket. After years, maybe decades, of being invisible, misunderstood, underestimated and overlooked, something in you starts to starve for validation, not in a shallow way. You don't need applause from crowds, but you do need someone, somewhere to acknowledge that you're not crazy, that what you see is real, that your gifts have value, that your struggles haven't been wasted. This hunger is legitimate. The soul requires witness, like a plant requires light. Then it arrives, recognition. Someone with authority, influence, platform. They see your brilliance. They praise your gifts. They offer you the stage you've deserved. Finally, someone who gets it, someone who can give you the visibility that will transform your impact. All you need to do is align with their vision, serve their agenda, channel your gifts in the direction they need them to flow. This is the subtlest trap, because it doesn't feel like a trap. It feels like justice. It feels like the universe finally correcting the imbalance of your unrecognized genius. But examine the fine print. Whose vision are you serving? Whose kingdom are you building? Who decides how your gift gets used? If the answers are theirs, and them, you've just sold your autonomy, and with it the ability to use your gift as your soul knows it must be used. This is how prophets become palace entertainers, how revolutionaries become brand ambassadors, how wild spirits become domesticated pets. The recognition is real, but it comes with invisible chains. You get to shine, but only in the approved spectrum. You get to speak, but only the sanctioned truths. You get to be powerful, but only in ways that don't threaten the existing power structure. You've felt this one's pull, haven't you? The temptation to finally be seen, even if it means being seen as a curated version rather than the raw truth. And you've hesitated. Maybe you've even tested these waters, dove in, and felt the immediate claustrophobia of the cage, no matter how gilded. Because your gift includes a built-in alarm system that sounds when you're being co-opted, when your essence is being leveraged for purposes that aren't yours, when your soul is being asked to build someone else's empire while your own kingdom remains unconstructed. This refusal to sell your sovereignty for visibility is perhaps the most costly of all, because it means remaining in obscurity longer than seems fair. It means watching lesser talents receive greater platforms. It means enduring the bitter arithmetic of merit versus recognition that never balances. But it preserves something irreplaceable: the freedom to use your gift exactly as it was meant to be used, without compromise, without editorial oversight, without anyone's permission. The adversary has offered you all three, sometimes separately, sometimes in combination packages. Relief plus belonging plus recognition, a complete makeover of your life delivered overnight, requiring only that you sign over the deed to your essence. And you, often not understanding why, kept saying no. This is not stubbornness, this is not pride. This is your gift exercising its primary function, self-preservation, until the moment of proper deployment. Would you live these refusals infinite times? Can you affirm them as necessary rather than regret them as mistakes? This is the test of amor fati. Not whether you enjoyed the suffering, but whether you can recognize it as the only path that could have led here, to you, still intact, still uncorrupted, still dangerous to every system that requires universal compromise. If you can say yes to that, you've mastered the eternal recurrence. You've transmuted the lead of trauma into the gold of destiny. The law he cannot break, and why that changes everything. Here's the metaphysical reality that reframes your entire story. Free will is inviolable. Not as a nice idea, but as a fundamental law of the cosmos that even the adversary must obey. This isn't mercy, it's mathematics. The universe is structured such that meaning requires choice, and choice requires genuine freedom. Without this, all of existence becomes deterministic machinery, and deterministic machinery cannot generate the thing that gives reality its purpose: love. Love, not the sentimentality the culture peddles, but the ontological force that binds being to being, can only exist where it could not exist. It must be chosen freely, without coercion, in the face of other possibilities. This is why free will is encoded into the operating system of reality itself, and cannot be overridden, not by darkness, not by light, not by anything. The adversary despises this law with a hatred beyond human comprehension, because it means he can manipulate, but never mandate. He can deceive, but never determine. He can offer, but never extract without consent. Your gift, the essence of who you are, is yours. Legally, cosmically, irrevocably yours. No one can take it. No one can force you to surrender it. The only way it changes hands is if you voluntarily complete the transaction. This is why the strategy is always persuasion. Make you believe the offer is good. Make you think you have no other choice. Make the pressure so intense that surrender seems like survival, but the decision remains, always, inescapably, yours. And you've decided, over and over and over you've decided, not for sale. Do you understand what this means? It means the adversary has failed. He's played his best cards. He's deployed his most sophisticated strategies. He's used your moments of maximum weakness. He's leveraged your deepest needs. And you kept refusing, not because you're superhuman, but because your gift, that incorruptibility we keep discussing, protected itself through you. When this reality is finally accepted in the infernal boardroom, when it's documented that a particular soul has consistently, across multiple attempts, refused every purchase offer, the strategy shifts. If they can't acquire, they'll contain. If they can't buy you, they'll bury you. If they can't corrupt you, they'll exhaust you so thoroughly that you never actualize the gift's full potential. This is the phase you've been in, not the sales pitch phase, but the containment phase. The attacks that seem designed not to make you fall, but to make you too tired to rise. The circumstances that drain your resources without offering you the compromise exit. The isolation that keeps you too busy surviving to start thriving. This is strategic, because an incorruptible gift that never gets used is effectively neutralized. But here's the miscalculation. The same core that made you refuse the offers makes you impossible to contain permanently. The gift that protected itself during the sales phase now empowers itself during the containment phase. Your incorruptibility isn't just defensive, it's generative. It creates energy. It produces resilience. It manufactures hope from nothing. And this means that every day of containment actually increases the potential energy of eventual release. You're not running out of steam. You're compressing power, Like a spring being pressed down, the longer the suppression, the more explosive the eventual expansion. The adversary knows this. It's why the attacks have intensified recently. It's a last-ditch containment effort before you reach critical mass, and the gift goes fully operational. But it's already too late to stop it. The activation sequence has begun. The very fact that you're reading these words is part of it. The fact that something in you recognized itself in this description is part of it. The fact that you've survived until now with your essence intact is the evidence that you're entering deployment phase. And what does deployment look like? Not what you've been conditioned to expect. Not necessarily fame or wealth or recognition, though those may come as byproducts. The deployment of your gift is you being fully yourself in environments where that self is precisely what's needed. It's the purity you preserved, finally having spaces to manifest, influence, transform. It's your presence becoming catalytic, not because you're trying, but because you've stopped hiding. The gift of incorruptibility, when fully operational, creates fields of possibility around it. Other people in your presence start to remember their own uncorrupted selves. Systems in your vicinity start to malfunction in revelatory ways. Their corruption becomes visible, no longer hidden, no longer sustainable. Lies become untenable. Compromises become uncomfortable. The corrupt cannot remain comfortably corrupt when exposed to the incorruptible for extended periods. This is your weapon, and you don't even have to swing it consciously. You just have to be. How do you feel reading this? Does something in you simultaneously rise and weep? Rise because it's finally hearing the truth it's known all along. Weep because the cost of that truth is visible in every scar you carry. This ambivalence is appropriate. You're mourning what it cost while celebrating that it worked. Both are necessary. Both are true. The evidence of your incorruptibility written in your flesh. Let's be scientific about this. If what I'm saying is true, if you genuinely carry this gift and have been under consistent attack because of it, there will be patterns in your life that function as evidence. Not belief, not faith, not wishful thinking. Empirical, observable patterns that confirm the diagnosis. Evidence 1. Providential protection in moments of maximum vulnerability. Review your biography with forensic attention. How many times have you been logically doomed, where by all reasonable calculation you should have made the catastrophic choice, taken the destructive path, accepted the poisoned offer? But something intervened. Last-minute clarity, unexpected obstacle, sudden shift in circumstances, inexplicable hesitation. You've attributed this to luck, or coincidence, or your own strength. But examine the pattern. These interventions always arrived precisely when you were about to compromise the gift. Not randomly, not occasionally.